Hey guys, Jason here. Welcome back to another quick video on my channel. And today I'm going to do a quick video about the different types of metal music fans. So, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and let's get started. So, I kind of have like 3 different types of metal fans, general types of metal fans that you kind of maybe know. Let's start off with the first type, which is your casual listener. The person that's maybe your parents or someone who just knows about the well-known bands and they listen to metal, but they probably listen to other genres of music as well. Like, they're the ones that know about your Metallica, your Five Finger Death Punch, Disturbed, Slipknot, all those well-known common bands. And they usually listen to like new metal or modern metal or hard rock or heavy metal. They also usually listen to like old 80s stuff like Motley Crue, Def Leppard, Poison, or Nirvana, or grunge or hair metal bands like that. They're usually the type that that is the casual listener. They don't really go any deeper than that. Alright, next type is kind of the type that me and my friends that listen to this type of music, that's kind of the type we are. And I like to call this type the Nick Nocturnal / guitar fan because if you don't know the YouTuber Nick Nocturnal, he does videos on metal and stuff. We're kind of the type to know about every genre, but we don't listen to every genre, especially all the underground extreme genres. But we like genres such as metalcore, industrial metal, maybe for some thrash, some death metal, but mostly genres like modern metal, metalcore, deathcore, metal core, like I said, maybe a little bit of death metal, maybe a little bit of thrash metal, maybe a little bit of old heavy metal, like Iron Maiden and all that stuff. We kind of like everything, pretty much like the casual listener type of fan, but we kind of go deeper into it. And we like, sorry about that sound, I just got a message. And we like more of the type where we listen to everything, but we don't go like as deep into the extreme stuff. I'm kind of the more groovy type. Damien kind of is the more heavy type. Lately, he's been listening to a little bit of hardcore, modern hardcore, metalcore, and deathcore. I'm more the type to like the industrial metal, some maybe thrash. Maybe I'll go a little more extreme and listen to a little bit of death metal, but I don't usually play around with other types. And in these types of metal, you usually find the people that like to listen to other types of music as well. They like to really listen to other types of music. They don't really like just metal. Usually, the people you usually find in this kind of subgroup are musicians themselves, usually people who like to play guitar, drums, or people that really like to go to concerts, and people that like to listen to other genres like EDM. Because a lot of these fans like to listen to other stuff like EDM, techno, house, any kind of other genre like that. Like, that's what I listen to. And that's what Damien listens to. If you know him, he's kind of the type, that metal fan. He's subscribed to my channel as well. Alright, the final type I'm going to address here is, I like to call this the underground type. And these are the people that like the most underground things about metal. They're the type that listen to a lot of black metal, doom metal, death metal, any other genre you can think of that is really extreme, underground, and that is really experimental. Like, they listen to avant-garde metal, atmospheric, like, all this crazy stuff that I can't ever really, that I don't really want to get into, because some of it just sounds boring. I like more groovy stuff, and some of that stuff is just, it's too drawn out for me, so that's why I've never found myself listening to this kind of stuff. But they also do, like, some of these fans like thrash, and usually they like the older stuff. They usually like a lot of older thrash, but they'll like a lot of newer thrash too. They usually like thrash mixed with black metal, or thrash mixed with death metal, or death thrash, black and thrash, or black and death metal. Like, they like all that kind of stuff. They like every genre of metal you can think of. They are the advanced underground listener. I would say the second type, like I just mentioned, I forgot to mention this, but I would say the second type of, like, we're kind of the intermediate listener. We're into it, but we're not as much into it as these guys. These kind of guys, in these categories, where they pretty much listen to every single genre of metal you can think of, almost every single genre, like grindcore, like all the genres I just mentioned. They usually find YouTubers in this category, people who review albums, like the Metal Meltdown, people who, like Banger TV, who reviews albums. These are usually the album reviewers. And they're usually the ones that say, that are most kind of, I would say these fans are the ones that are the most, what's the word for it? Most, what's the word for it? I can't think of it, but they are the ones who, if you put any style of music in front of them, a lot of these fans are like, oh, this is not technical enough, because the metal that they listen to is so experimental and technical and stuff, so they're like, well, this is not technical enough or experimental enough. And this is where you find a lot of the gatekeepers too. They say, oh, you shouldn't listen to this part of metal because it's not technical, or you shouldn't listen to this because of blah, blah, blah. This type of fan, usually you'll find the gatekeepers, and you don't usually find them in, like, type 2 or type 1. Because, yeah. So, but, yeah, I mean, there are some people that, in this type 3, that are, like, that like other music too, but a lot of these fans, they're like metal and metal only, and like they don't like that other kinds of music. So that and for the old thrash and death metal and black metal people, they're usually vinyl collectors, so they collect a lot of vinyl. They're kind of pretty chill dudes. So those are my 3 types of metal fans that I've compiled. If I had to say fans that I don't really like, I think it would be some of the fans maybe in the last type, just because they don't like, a lot of them are not really interested in other kinds of music. I would say for the most favorite fans to hang out with, though, would be the Type 2 fans. The fans that are like, that like the metalcore, that like the deathcore, that like pretty much a lot of stuff, but they don't listen to all the more underground things like me. So yeah, those are my 3 types of metal fans that I've compiled. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.